Check, check, check. Is this thing on? Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. You're with the Crypto Lifer. And we're going to break down some unbelievable news here in a second that just is out of control. Things are just out of control for sure. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you so much for jumping on in. Appreciate you all for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Let me bring that down. There we go with the gain. A little less on that gain, Bobby. A little less on that gain, Bobby Joe B. All right. Here we go. We're going to jump on into the markets right now. Let's break it down as we do every single day. Got my music playing. Boom, boom, boom. So look, Bitcoin. I talked about getting above the point of control. So important we got back above. And you can see the red line was there, but it was really 17,300. We got above it, but then resistance, and we double topped. Look, we double topped at 17,500. Couldn't get above it. That's a double top pattern. Clear as day. Look at that. M. Okay. I wish I could hold your hand and be there every second of the day, but I cannot. Okay. And then look, it bearishly retested the point of control and it dropped to the downside. I explained exactly this. Look, I even made this an M and said this M could drop to the downside once you get rejected by these areas and fall to the downside. All right. My measured move was here at 16,100 or at 16,009. So we went to 16,376. I was off by $276 on an asset that's worth thousands of dollars. I mean, I don't know what else you want. So look, it's now attempting to punch back to the upside. Let's take a look here. What happens to BTC? But I'm pretty sure we got the pattern correct. And the thing is, it was hard to figure out this pattern last night. We were sitting with a bunch of squiggly lines, but I was able to come to terms with the areas that mattered. I was able to see what was going on. Also, look at this. I'm going to blow your mind. See, the thing is, I'm going to show you things that you haven't seen before. Because look, now look at that. I mean, is that not a head and shoulder pattern? There's your left shoulder. There's a bit of a head. And there is a right shoulder. And that tells you that you want to dump to the downside from the neckline. You clear up the neckline. Neckline's like right about there. Look at that. And you broke to the downside of a head and shoulder pattern. You guys see that? You flip that upside down. I mean, that's an inverted. I've seen those play out the same way. Bitcoin did that recently. To the upside, remember, like right around here, it did this one. Shoulder, head, and shoulder to the upside. That's exactly like how this looked. Slanted. See, it was a slanted downtrend. And this is so heed that idea. Now it got bounced all the way back up to the upside. They're trying to liquidate whoever's jumping in on either side. Be very careful. Now the order book is thinner than it used to be. There's less people with the gall, with the guts to get in. So it's going to be even easier for you to get liquidated than it was before because you got thinner order books. These are things you don't understand if you haven't been trading for a long time because you're not, you're thinking of so many other things. Your Fibonacci, your this and that. But this is something that once you get all that down, you start realizing the other things and you're like, oh yeah, I didn't think about that too as well. So the order book's thinner. $1,000 is now 1/16th of Bitcoin. When it was 30K, 1,000 was only 1/30th, right? Bitcoin goes down by $500. It's a way bigger level. It's a way bigger percentage. Now, you can also make more money on the thin order book the other way around with these altcoins. So, and there will be a bounce. It's not going to be always blood. Eventually, we're going to get a bit of a bounce. Did we bottom here? There's a chance. There's a chance at 15,600. But again, at this point, this is a black swan event. We found out that the entire, basically 80% of the market was over-leveraged by a greedy person that didn't have the proper backing. And it's sad. It's sad. Did they go to the Bahamas and arrest him? It looks like they did arrest him in the Bahamas. We got a story on that, everybody. We got a story on that to the team. Let me take a look at our research articles here and see what's going on with the news. So we called this short for Bitcoin this morning. Basically gave you the information that made sense. You could have taken that information however you wanted, right? So let's take a look here at the news coming in today. Inflation data raised doubts about whether the Fed will stay the course. Morning brief. So it's interesting. We got a bunch of different information coming out today, all right? And we have some good news. We have some bad news. Now, of course, we have bad news with the market, like with SBF, right? Sad he has my name. I wish he did not have the same name as me. Bothers me a lot. I'm like, how are you going to have the same name as me? But it is what it is. It is what it is. Yeah. So what I wanted to do here was take a look at Bookmap too and just show you the liquidity running on Bookmap. This is Bookmap. It shows me where people are adding orders on Binance futures. We're moving pretty fast too for a Friday afternoon. Friday morning, feels like Friday afternoon, but 16,000, we're approaching 17K again, wanting to get back above the zone. Now we're kind of locked in. We got liquidity here at about 16,005. We got liquidity here at about 16,003. Kind of locked in between 16,005 and 17,250 area. Sorry, 17,003. I said 16,000. Forgive me. I didn't sleep well last night. It was just insane. I was trying to go to bed. I was restless. I was very restless. I run a trading group. You know, I want to make sure people are happy, healthy, and doing their thing. So very, very restless times for me, of course. I want to bring you as much good information as I can to keep you situated. Shout out to everybody here on the live stream. 463 people on the live, 160 likes. Come on now. Just because we're going down in the market, there's money to be made here, everyone. There's money. You got to pay attention. You got to pay attention. Let me pop up the chat and see what's happening with the chat. Appreciate each and every one of you for sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Appreciate you all more than you would ever know. Okay. His name is Scam, not Sam. Yeah, no, for sure. Toby, he was just talking about... Toby, I don't think you had to take Andy Gomez out, Toby. He was just talking about Sam Bankman-Fried. Yo, Mark Moss is the man. He taught me a lot. SBF does have Lifer in his name. What? These connections between FTX and the SEC and Gary Gensler will shock you. SBF and SBF are working together. Shady business. The truth will come out soon. See, that's what I'm talking about too. And I want to tread lightly and be careful. Or PayPal might fund me $2,500. You know, whatever, man. Anyway, the point of the story is this. Free speech is coming to a store near you. Didn't Lifer buy a Bitcoin at 19K because it was going... I didn't buy a Bitcoin because it was going to go up. See, everyone is like, I bought a Bitcoin at 19K because I'm starting to DCA into the bottoms. You know what I mean? And I even said when I did it that I would buy 5 Bitcoins if we go to 10K. I even showed you I have orders from 7,000 all the way up to 19,000. You know what I mean? I just saw the fear and greed index. I made my decision based on weekly divergence. This was a black swan event. I believe if we didn't have this black swan event, weekly divergence would have played out. We would have been okay, you know? Now, you have to remember, this is a bearish retest now. We're coming up for a bearish retest. We're trying to make it back inside the pattern, but we can't. And look, even on the 1 hour, look at this. I got new revelations. Look at this. So we got this. I mean, look, this hit the measured move. Look at that. It was off by, like, not too much. The key is nobody knows where the market's going. I give you what my brain sees. Most people won't be able to see the things that I give you, okay? And that's a fact because I have a vision that I've been using for years now, and I can see the market in a way most people can. And I'm not trying to, you'll see that just by coming to the live. But look, that's a head and shoulder pattern too. That has a measured move to the downside. And yes, you could see 10K, you could see 3,600, you could see 7,000. People that don't think we can go lower, we can always go lower. Prices can always continue. The market, so many times in my life, I thought we can't go lower, and we did. So I basically sit on that idea. Like, I never listen to my own bias anymore. I believe that anything could happen. So you saw that head and shoulder right there, right off the bat. Someone else may not have shown that to you. You may have no idea. All right. Then you look at this. I mean, this is technically, see this? A symmetrical triangle. See that? And that is a 50% chance of a break to the upside or the downside. However, more than likely, these break down. Whenever I deal with symmetricals, they tend to break down more than they break to the upside. It is what it is. So the symmetrical triangle likely to break to the downside. That's what we're looking at here. Crypto's not going anywhere, everybody. I keep thinking about it last night. I'm like, just because, just want to see that level, 15,878 for BTC. And that would be kind of a double bottom area here. You could go, maybe go a little lower to that zone. We can bring this down slightly right to there. So but this is about the measured move that I'm looking at, and you're about to roll over on the 7-minute time frame. 15-minute is looks like it's going to crunch. And remember, the 4-hour last night didn't look good. Looked like it's just getting started for a massive dump to the downside. So anything is possible. I do have to show you this is a shoulder, possible head, and a right shoulder. So you have to heat it. Anything is possible. But I mean, if you just shorted every time the 4-hour was this high, you'd be in pretty good shape. See what I'm saying? So these are just ideas that I have. But shorting right now, I mean, you have rising price with falling volume. Remember, I always go with falling, but that's no good. When you have rising price with falling volume, it's telling you that the sellers are getting bigger. You know what I mean? And this is likely to reverse back to the downside. It's showing you that you're losing the buyers. Buyers. Where are they? You're going to reverse from massive selling. A massive sell-off should come when the price action's moving up. But the RSI, the volume is moving down. That's a very bearish sign for a move to the downside. So look, I see a shoulder, a head, and a shoulder. Bearish divvy. All right. Look at this too. I mean, here, look. Show me the charts and I'll show you the news. Look at this. Look, this was swing up to swing up on the 4-hour time frame. This was swing down. That's hidden bearish divergence right there. Hidden bearish. See that? Prices swing. No, actually, it's bearish. It's not even hidden. It's just bearish divergence. Just strictly bearish divergence before the drop. Boom. All you had to do was just trade bearish divvy on the 4-hour time frame. It told you exactly what was going to happen. So crazy at 21,800 too. Right. I kept saying we can't close candles above certain areas. Expect more downside. Expect more downside. Expect more downside. Expect more downside. Remember, I don't know if you watched me on the live stream one day, but I said this too. I said, you know, if they're going to dump us, why would they dump us? Watch this. I said this the other day on the live. I was sitting here. I was like, if they're, you know, we were back here. Maybe my team can dish it out, you know. And I said, if they're going to dump, why would they just dump to the downside? I said, what would they get out of just going down? I said, most people would get into the short and all these people would have stop losses. So it's better for them to pump the price up, get everyone to long, okay? And then have all these stop losses down here, okay? And then come and shred all these stop losses to the downside, right? And that way they get the shorts who thought we were going to go down. So all the people that shorted and have stop losses up here, they shred those. Then they come down and they shred all these stop losses too. Then they go down. So usually if you're going to go down, if you're a market maker and you're looking at the, you know, why don't you go, you should go up before you go down. It would make you the most money. It would make the most sense. You see what I'm saying? I'm just going to mute all the labels at this point. Thank you so much for the love. I appreciate it. Jumping on in. So again, I am not a soothsayer. I always said I have no idea where Bitcoin's going to go. I probably said it every single day on the live stream. Every single day. I have no idea where Bitcoin's going to go. That's why when people try to throw fire at me, you're like, but he did say that he has no idea where Bitcoin's going to go over and over again. He did say he knows nothing but the fact of his own ignorance. Can't get shredded if you buy smart and hodl. Life for the man, baby. Bookmap, sir. Thank you. Let's get back to Bookmap. This is Bookmap. I have a link in the description below. Why do I use Bookmap? Well, Bookmap reached out to me. They liked my style. They liked how I did it. They liked how I flipped it. And they were like, you know what? We believe this tool could work for you. We would like to offer you the subscription and see if you would, you know, like to use it. I started using it. And then look, I saw people getting liquidated. 15,000, 3 accounts getting liquidated. One account at 1,900 just got liquidated. So these are people who longed, thinking we would go to the upside, and they have all these stop losses here, and they're about to get rocked. Another cool thing we'll show you here on the channel. All right, we'll go to another BTC chart. I was looking at this WSIENNA yesterday. Funny, it did a massive pump to the upside while the whole market was dumping. This thing was up 86%. Pretty crazy. So if we look at USDT on Coinbase, all right, I mean, look at that. Fell out of the pattern, you know. Textbook fallout. You know, even here, shoulder, head, shoulder. See all the different versions of a head, shoulder, shoulder, double top, M pattern to the downside. It's all there. All the things that I look for are there. You know what I mean? So, and everyone's like, can you look at this coin? You look at that coin. I'm like, dude, if Bitcoin can't handle it, then everything's going to go to the downside. So the point of control, and look, I said we must get above this point of control. We got above it, but we didn't close a 4-hour candle. You know, we didn't close like a, you know, we didn't substantially get above it. We played, and then this rolled over. This was also an M if you looked at it in the smaller time frames. And that's why we're sitting here on the 7, because we're watching to see if this 7-minute will get crunched to the downside. So let's take a look here at the liquidity again for Bookmap. Bookmap says 17,250, 400 Bitcoins. Not a lot. And way more people trying to buy and sell now. It used to be 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. Big and tall, lifer, I'm a finance person, so people don't know TA is like finance modeling. It's a tool to play out scenarios so you know what to do when time comes. Most people want guarantees. There's no such thing. See, this is the thing. Everyone like wants, I always love this, order book heat map. That's funny, I saw it. Here's the funny thing about it though. Anthony C, lifer for life, I love you, brother. God bless you and yours. CryptoLifers@gmail, pay with crypto, the perfect way to begin your lifer journey. Email CryptoLifers, pay with crypto or PayPal. Yeah, 3 months to join the trading group for $330, and it includes my trading course. I teach an amazing course every single Tuesday. Bang, bang, bang. Check out the class. Learn the language of the charts. Crypto. We have a new banner, but I haven't put it up on my traveling computer, so maybe I'll work on that tonight. I'm busy, everybody. I am more into getting you a Bitcoin update than setting this up perfectly for the next day. You know what I mean? Well, because to me, I run 3 jobs, right? I'm the CEO of the company. So I actually manage employees, make sure people are happy, go over emotions, make sure we're getting things done. And for most part, my employees know what they're doing. I hire people that I don't have to double check on. I watch you for a month or 2. I make sure I don't have to double check on you, and then I let you fly, baby. And that's how I work. If I have to constantly check on you, I'm probably going to get rid of you. You know what I mean? So I manage my team, and my team's amazing. I don't have to constantly check on anybody in my team because they're unbelievable. I know I got the best. I believe in God, and God sent me the best. So we missed JSMY yesterday. Honestly, man, I didn't miss anything. I'm not over trading. I want to watch this market for the next couple days. I don't think there's any reason to go crazy here. You know what I mean? Besides opening up a short and playing a hedge, I don't think there's any reason to go crazy. So look, 19,000 just got liquidated, 8 accounts. Okay? So 20,000 just got liquidated, 5 accounts. They're liquidating anybody who just went long now at 16,771. And now we're getting the dump to the downside as suggested. And look, this is about to dump on you. I see us headed down to 15,829. Let's take a look at the shorts real quick. And so when I short the market, it's a USDT 3S token, okay? Like this USDT KuCoin short here. And look, that's a beautiful inverted head and shoulder that we just look shoulder, head, and shoulder, and then it broke to the upside. You see this? It also had a really nice, see this? That's a diagonal resistance line, and once we broke that, gone, baby, gone. And then you could say we were in a symmetrical triangle that broke to the upside. We got tight in the channel with an inverted head and shoulder inside, all right? Now, the 1 hour spent, it's telling you that it may not get much higher than this, but the short did play out for now. Now we're going to jump in and look at the DXY as well. DXY continuing to make a dump. This is unbelievable. Look, I made this M pattern yesterday, and I drew it down to here. Sad thing is, we're getting the dump in the dollar index, and we got fudded. Now, this was supposed to be what we needed, and this was supposed to be the love, but I'll tell you what. It's not the worst thing in the world. Bitcoin's 16, 15,000. Eventually, we get back to 20K. We get back up. It's only a matter of time. 2-3 years from now, we will get through this FUD. We will be a different industry. This is growing pains of a brand new industry. This happens. People see the loopholes. They take advantage of it. You know what I mean? And here's the deal. I've done my own due diligence. I'm looking at KuCoin too. Everyone's trying to say KuCoin's insolvent. I've been talking to the CEO. He sent me an email recently, said there's no way, not happening. But at the same time, I'm open-minded. I get it. Never trust anybody with your funds. Only trust your own, your own hardware wallet, right? He did it. That's definitely a SBF tweet. I mean, for sure, funny. People try to misappropriate it, but this is so weird. Thanksgiving dinner, I was 37. I was dating a 45-year-old guy, and my sister, who was 33, was dating the 24-year-old son of the guy I was dating. So strange. Partway through Thanksgiving dinner, my dad got up and went outside. I can't. They lure you into these stupid things. Stay away from that stuff. I almost got caught up, But look, FTS goes bankrupt. Bahamas raid. Are they raiding him in the Bahamas right now? See, this is what's going to drive me insane. I'm going to play this right now. This drives me insane. All right? People who lost tons of money trying to tell you how to trade.
I forgot my math degree. Use very little math. Use a lot of elementary school math. Being comfortable with risk is very important. We tend not to have things like stop losses.
You heard that? We tend not to have things like stop losses. Oh, so when the project goes to zero, you go all the way down to zero? There's no way of holding yourself back? There's no way of...
I think those aren't necessarily a great risk management tool. I'm trying to think of a good example of a trade where I've lost a ton of money.
She has 100. Look, she can't figure out which one. She's like, I got hundreds of them.
Well, I don't know. I probably don't want to go into specifics too much with that.
And that's the thing. Lately, this is what's going on. So I make this video. People be like, oh, you're against women. You know what I mean? It's just weird. I'm not trying to. But the thing is, lately, we can't criticize anybody because everyone's saying, oh, the reason you're criticizing this person is no. There's grimy people out here that are doing grimy things, and they need to be called out for it, period. She's a sweet girl, she's doing her thing, but come on now. She's lying to your face. she tried to buy, she tried to buy the FTT for, 22 beans, even though, I don't know, it's just, I'm getting old, man. I'm looking like an old man with the wifer. Shout out to my wife, man. Beautiful day here in Florida. So I think SBF will get taken out by the government to prevent him from flipping on whatever government connections he had in this. Will likely be framed as a hit from an angry investor. I mean, that's creepy, right? That's so crazy. And that's Forrest saying that, man. Wow, Forrest, I didn't know you were that bold, dude. I love you now. You're the man, dude. Wow. I love you, dude. You know what it is, man? Most of us we're cut from the same cloth, and we're not dealing with it anymore. We're done. I think at this point, we don't care anymore. So last night I laid it out. If you guys want to know exactly what happened, I have like my little idea of what went on, right? Mixed with someone else, a few other tweets and ideas here. Sorry. Taking a look. Sorry about that. But look, so last night, I'm up all night figuring out what's going on with the markets, figuring out what's going on with the exchanges. I got a lot of money on the exchanges, right? I have a lot of money everywhere in crypto. So this affects me probably more than everybody, right? Or, and some people have more money than me. So of course, KuCoin going hard. Look, no, it's false. KuCoin has no exposure to FTX or FTT. KuCoin has no direct exposure. We have never deposited any funds there. The FUD has been addressed before. We are currently working on rolling out our marker tree proof of reserves. I want to see those proof of reserves. Okay. Three Commas jumped in. Let's talk about what Three Commas said here. We feel your pain. Let's start with that. The situation with FTX is a stressful event for a lot of Three Commas traders. We receive requests from users asking if anything we can do to assist them. Unfortunately, the answer is no. Three Commas is a SaaS trading platform that has no technical ability to initiate withdrawals or deposits. Thus, no custody or access to customer funds can be kept on exchanges. What we have done is to stop any registration of FTX API keys for Three Commas users on the main site. All we can say about FTX is that we don't have any special insight into the situation or ability to intervene on behalf of our customers. I do want to dispel misconceptions about Three Commas, our ability to continue operations. Three Commas is fully funded, and the bots and trading services for our 100,000 traders are working as normal on every other exchange we partner with. As you may know, the owner of FTX is the owner of Alameda, one of the investors in Three Commas. Alameda Research was one of several investments in our Series B funding round, but they were not only the only investor. It was a straight cash for equity deal, and there's no risk of withdrawal by the investors. Simply put, Three Commas is an independent company with strong financials, and our operations and ability to service our customers are not impacted by the current situation FTX is facing. We will continue to monitor the situation and provide updates when relevant information becomes available to us. So I just want to put that out there. That's from the CEO, Yuri Sorokin, just so you can kind of, just wanted to put that out there. Okay. So, okay. 19,161,000 followers on Twitter. Thank you so much for the love. I greatly appreciate it. So, let's take a look here. My mind, see, the oscillator is overbought right now on the short. So, like, the short was about 2 hours ago. Quick little scalp short. Doesn't mean it's over yet. We did break this trend line. Take a look at our 4 hour time frame, just getting started, right? Our 4 hours just getting started. So, if you just play the 4 hour and the 4 hour only, this is a falling wedge. Kind of wants to break, would likely break to the upside here. Slightly like elongated cup and handle, kind of a messy cup, though. 4 hour tells us that there could be a massive move to the upside, and the short for Bitcoin could play out to 10,000, 11,000 area, right? Let's go over the worst case scenario for Bitcoin today. Let's go over the worst case scenario. What's crazy is the dollar, my dream is happening. My beautiful dream of the dollar index collapsing. Look, remember when I said it was going to fall here to the bottom of this channel? Then it fell. Then I said this M pattern, and I drew down here, and I went to bed last night. I called the bottom of the dollar again. Dumping down here on this M. All I did was draw an M and draw it to the next resistance point, 107, and then we lost 107 and we fell to 106. Now the 1 minute, the one hour wants to pop to the upside, but now we just want to see it come up and get rejected again. This looks like a major slump for the dollar. Dollar's going to collapse, and if the dollar goes down in value, right? See, when the dollar goes up in value, things go up in value to absorb the prices. You see what I'm saying? So if the dollar continues to go down in value, it's weird though, because we're kind of caught in an in-between, because we don't want the dollar to go too far down, because we're doing good against other foreign currencies throughout the world, Dude, look at this. People just exploded. Someone just chose people as the one today. But look, it wasn't a shoulder, kind of a head and a shoulder. There's a shoulder, a head and a shoulder. It's funny, right? And then the shorts taking over. They all just followed this inverted shoulder, head, and shoulder. It's basically the same head and shoulder that I found on Bitcoin, right? This one here, well, when I zoomed in there, right? So again, another reason why they would pump the price up first before they would pump the price down. Just showing you the idea here for BTC, right? 7-minute is about to roll over, in my humble opinion. Like, it wants to dump on you hard. Anything could happen. I've seen short squeezes go to the upside, and anything is possible. I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance, but if I had to go for it, shorting to the downside is the move right now. Shorting to the downside is the move. Okay. We may come and make a double bottom here at 16,359. So worst case scenario for Bitcoin, let's break it down. Let's break down the worst case scenario for Bitcoin. This short does look good on the 4-hour time frame. I mean, look at it. It even has some hidden bullish divergence, which is a big deal. Swing up to swing up. You got swing down to swing down. I mean, the short looks like it could continue to the upside for 27% gains at least. I would look for a flag on the 15-minute or the 1 hour to get in. And if you don't get the flag, then you don't get in. And that's why my trading style is so beautiful. It either presents an entry or it doesn't. You know, if there's an entry, it's presented. If it isn't, then it isn't. Okay? So this is me up last night, all night last night. And so look, I figured out kind of what happened. And I'm going to talk about what happened here. We should clip this out, everyone, when I'm done. But, you know, other people are going to explain this. I'm going to explain it in my own way. I'm not saying I'm perfect at doing it. But, you know, this is how my brain envisioned it. This is kind of how I saw it. And so we're going to break it down. And the more I research, the more I understand, and the more I break it down. Some people have no clue what's going on. I get it. You just see the news and you don't really understand what's happening. I'm going to simplify it for you, break it down so you can understand what's going on, so you get a bit of insight, so you can make a good decision about what's happening today. 36 people on the live, 291 likes. Everybody, the likes got to match those watchers, baby. I show up every single day. I am with my family on vacation in Hollywood Beach, Florida. And, you know, funny, they're getting short liquidations now. I wouldn't trade either way, man. The market is vicious right now. And the thing is, I'll tell you why the market's vicious. You have leverage traders on either side of the market just going hard. And what they're going to do is they're going to be 50 to 100, and there's a lot of emotions. They're going to be rocking the market both ways. Just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. You know what I mean? General idea, I guess, is a bit of a bigger short. I did talk about a short last night. But look at this bounce, even though we're overbought on the stochastics. This is a symmetrical triangle that could break out either way. Length of the base of the triangle. Hey, my beautiful love. How you doing? Sorry I was a schoolboy last night. What? I'm just joking. Why do you do that? So 17,088 if this breaks back to the upside. Again, we must break the point of control to remain bullish. Bitcoin has to get back above 17,400, 17,005 to even consider any type of bullishness. Just not happening. Like, look at this. It's a nasty, nasty scenario. So I'm going to show you the worst case scenario for Bitcoin, the absolute worst, what I see happening. Who's ready for the worst case scenario for BTC? Who wants that worst case scenario? Super chats, JSM1 from yesterday. Oh, that's what you were saying. Hey, Lifer, dope how you always come in and out and put on a clinic of technical analysis like no other. Thank you, man. Shout out to Mage and Crypto, my man. Lifer, I'm a finance person. Yeah, I get you. God bless you, bro. No one in this chain has the skill to trade Bitcoin with this volatility. You literally have to listen to Caroline. No stop loss. I grew up in Hollywood, Florida, man. Man, you had a beautiful life then. Tell me a little bit about it. Tell me about where should I go? What should I do? I want worst case scenario for Gala. Crispy. Shout out to Miss Jackson in the game. Schoolboy. LOL. Send in your super chats for a deep dive or a support the stream. Lifer gives his knowledge 7 days a week to build and teach the Lifer family worldwide. Nice. I shorted 17.4. Good for you. God bless. Semi-cup and handle broke out in the 3-minute Bitcoin. 3 minute though? I went to NMB. I don't know what that is. Is this the right time to buy altcoins? I DCA into altcoins. There's money to be made, but what exchanges are safe to play in? I like what he's saying. Hey, Wayne, everyone is weary right now of the markets. SBF did not Kill himself. Oh my gosh. You are, wow. Wow. Do I go and hashtag that? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I have to do it. I'm bold. I can't believe it. But I'm just saying, right? Like, we want to get the word out. Dude, you guys are crazy. Oh my God. Insane. Insane. What happened with Sol? That was meant to be unstaked and sold. People said they weren't sure what was going to happen exactly, honestly. They said they may not sell it at all, so it might just stay. What up, Lifers? I'm in a Bitcoin short at 17,575. Let's hope we go down. Psych support at 1,600 at least. Check BitDAO, which Bybit token, yeah. Not for the kids. Go to Gulfstream Park. Thank you. Too soon, LOL. What happened to that soul that was meant to be unstaked? I'm just saying, man, if he did get wrapped up with the people we think he got wrapped up in, which I'm almost afraid to talk about because I have wife and kids, and honestly, you know what I mean? Can you look at YFII, please? Looks like none given to correlation to Bitcoin. Looks healthy. Sol changed the unlock date for a lot of that Sol. That was to be unstaked. Ooh. FTX to 0. Oh, FTX is in Chapter 11. It's a wrap. FTX is in Chapter 11. It is absolutely over, for sure, you know? What is bankrupt? Look, bankrupt. A person or organization legally declares insolvency based on inability to pay debts. A person who's totally lacking in a specified resource or quality. Bankruptcy. Okay? You don't want that associated with your name. Dude, arrested in Bahamas, Patriots control. That's crazy, right? But look, I tried to Google this and see what would come up. I heard Interpol was coming in. Could Interpol stop SBF from leaving the Bahamas 1 day ago? Wow. 2 cruise ships seized the Bahamas over unpaid fuel bills. Yeah, sure. So could Interpol stop SBF from leaving the Bahamas? Law enforcement stops FTX transfer linked to Tether. Investors have pulled at least $700 million from Tether US dollar stablecoin USD in a sign that fear of contagion in the cryptoverse over the collapse of Sam Bankman-Fried's base. FTX started freezing withdrawals early this week due to liquidity issues. Tether has frozen $46 million worth of UST at the request of law enforcement. A Tether executive, not centralized, they could just freeze all your funds. Say you had $10 million and they didn't like you. Frozen. Which usually trades between $9.99 and $101, fell 3% from its 1% peg Thursday, November 10th. Yikes, right? Before rebounding, it was trading at 99.83 as if it was writing this. Let's go take a look at CoinMarketCap. All right. And let's take a look at it. Tether. There's been Tether FUD for so long, it almost comes with the territory of just existing. But, you know, right now it's at 99.84. I mean, it's not at a bean, though, but it's, you know, it's only 0.0016 away. Bitcoin is linked to S&P in the stock market. It's supposed to be a hedge against the banking system like gold and silver, but it doesn't act like it. How do we know Bitcoin isn't going to crash with the stocks? It will crash with the stocks. Everything will crash. What are you talking about? But over time, people are going to realize that, see, what the power of Bitcoin is created over time. When people realize there's no other asset. I'm going to answer that I'm going to answer that in a beautiful diagram in a little while. Because I sat at night sitting, while I was in bed last night, I was designing the show in my head. And I was like, oh, I'm going to show them this. I'm going to talk about this. And I have something that's going to blow your mind when I break down Bitcoin and what happens for Bitcoin. Thank you so much for that super chat. May God bless you and yours. Hey, Lifer, what's your targets for Phantom? Much love. Super chats, JSMY, YFI, and Phantom from Toby. Toby, I love you. Shout out to the Blue Crew. Shout out to everybody here. All my beautiful people. CNC Ireland, Trent Osborne, and Toby, and all my awesome Blue Crew, man. Scant on the Blue Crew today. Funny. Harvey Kaplan, my man. Going to make for a good mini-series what happened at the mansion in the Bahamas. Stay tuned. Yo, apparently there was a lot of man-on-man. This is what's been told now. There was a lot of man-on-man orgies going on. So I'm sorry, I shouldn't mention this stuff on my live stream. But this is the truth, man. This is what I just found out what was happening. Complete devilish stuff. Like, you know what I mean? Yo, we're live this early. You must have the times off. Lifer Gang. Shout out to Rainier, man. The crew is here, buddy. We support you. Shout out to Toby. Shout out to Rainier. What happens in the mansion stays in the mansion. Yikes. Can we see the ETH at 1,200 again? It's possible. Blue Crew slacker today. Sorry, I'm late. Nah, I'm just messing with you. I love you all. So the peg is okay. Oh, we just got back to a bean, dude. Just got back to a bean even. So far, so good. We did get low. 99.69, 11.10. That's not 3%. So that was a lie. That article is lying, right? That's not a 3%. 3% loss would be 97. Did it go to 97? Let's see, maybe it did. 98 cents. That's not 3%, all right? 3% would be 97 cents. So, but it did lose a penny. I mean, I'll give you that. And you own millions of it. Oh my God, man on man. That's why the market is crashing. Big sin. A lot of sausage play in the Bahamas. Oh gosh, BitBoy is coming to the Lifer show next week, I believe. Yes, he is. Next Friday at 10 a.m. We're going to start the live stream together. Then I'll probably branch out and do the rest of the show. It's going to be exciting. And you know, I was talking to him last night in my head. I was like, questions I wanted to ask him because I'm a family man and we go through so much together. When you have your family and you're working and you're going through it all. So everybody, at the end of the day, that's a shoulder, a head, and a shoulder, right? I mean, you can say whatever you want. You can do whatever you want, but like that looks like it's going to dump on you. That's an inverted head and shoulder. That's a head and shoulder that is likely to make a dump. I'm just, I like to simplify things, right? So look, I told you I would show you where the worst case scenario. That's 14,890. Definitely on the table, for sure, without a doubt. Remember, you take it level by level. Just because I bought a Bitcoin at 19,982 and I had to be down, I'm down a little over 2,500 right now, but to me, it's just not a big deal. I'm going to hold it for 4 to 5 years. If it goes down 10K, it's not a big deal. I even talked about this many times. I said, if it goes to 10K, I'll be down 9,000. I said, then I'm going to buy 5 to 6 more Bitcoin down there. And then when we rip back to 20K, I'm going to be back to break even, and I'm going to make so much money in the $10,000 Bitcoin that I bought. So I'm not stressing it. I'm not stressing it one bit. Now, we go to 3,600. All right, that's going to be a little insane. That could even get me white in the bones. But at the same time, I'm ready for it. Because you know what? My hustle and my ability to trade is what I have. And everything else I can remake. So it doesn't matter what happens to me. I know my hustle is what I have, and I can continue to move. So I don't stress losses. And I know that, and I manage my risk properly so that before I go into a trade, I tell myself what I'm willing to risk. And it is what it is, right? ETH holding its own and then some. Way more watchers. Hit the like button. Let's go. Shout out to Lakoki Coker. Shout out to David Kendall. How low can Bitcoin drag Shiba Inu down? Very, very low. Sam, did you see the list of companies and projects associated with FTX? Yeah, it's a long list. It's not good. This could get worse before it gets better. I'm telling everybody right now. It could get worse before it gets better. And that's why you have to go with the trend. Right now, the trend is short. So if you play the trend, you're more likely to win. It's that simple, right? Just play the trend. The trend is short. Okay. 4 hour tells you you're going to blast. 1 hour says you're a little overbought. So you get one more push up, wait for it to come on down. And that's why, we may do something different, but that's why my system is just a flag right here. If this flag stays out, you're going to get a little bit of a cup and handle. That's going to continue. The 4 hour time frame wants the boom. It really does. 22 hours a little spent on the short though. You see that? But it could be bending back to the upside. See that? I like the 4 hour time frame. I play it all the time. It's my go-to, and it says it's likely to get a move on the short to the upside. Falling volume with falling price suggests we will get a reversal. Thank you for the 360 Lifer likes today. You're the best Lifer family. Hey, may God bless each and every one of you that hit that like button. All right. The other day we had 1,000 people. Everyone does what they got to do. Hit that like button. You don't care about money. You know you can do it again with your skills, baby. I wish all the Lifers reach there someday. Nathan, you're talking to them in leagues. You're talking them in leagues with yeah. And that's another thing. It looked like the WEF was in bed with SBF too. It's crazy, right? And this is good. What bugs me out is we wanted the dollar index to dump so bad. And we're going to give you your worst case scenario for Bitcoin. And look at the dollar index continuing to fall to the downside and just rolling over and over again. Look at this. Even the 1 hour just had a bearish engulfing candle right now. It is dumping. Dump City could not get it back above 107. And this was a dream come true. So even while Bitcoin's getting fudded, right, the dollar index is dumping, which to me is insanity. Because you're like, well, if the dollar index is dumping, it should save Bitcoin from dumping. And I think that's what's kind of propping us up a little bit right now is that the struggle in the dollar index. But now it's confusing because for a while we had an easy correlative move, right? We didn't really have to stress it too much. We had an easy correlative move. And now we're not getting that anymore. Okay? Symmetrical triangle did break to the downside in the last hour, went all the way to the bottom of the channel, but got back above 16,800. And now it's the 800s. Remember, 16,800. So look, we can even move this trend line up a little bit. And this is what we got cooking now. It's in real time. We can get rid of the symmetrical that broke to the downside. That played out. We figured out where we were going to go. You can see how I can strip away what I had before. I don't need it anymore. We had that flag. That flag didn't play out as well, right? So that's why you're open-minded. You keep the possible scenarios around because you don't know. Once you're like, oh yeah, it's definitely going this way, that's when you can get beat to the ground, all right? So like, look, this is like, it's interesting. 1 hour does want to make a move. What I see happening is just minutia, you know? Does the 1 hour just kind of come up and do we slip? It's also low liquidity on a Friday, so not everyone, and people are worried about the exchanges right now. So until we clear away the exchange FUD, you're going to see less volume on the market. You're going to see less people going in and out. It's going to be harder to trade, all right? So let's go over the worst case scenario for Bitcoin, as I suggested, the worst case scenario for BTC. Now, if you remember, let's go back to the weekly here. And if you remember, when I made this, I'm trying to remember exactly when I did this. Let's look at, was it on the daily? So I remember making this flag here. And I'm a pole guy, so like I take the whole length of the pole. Pause. Doesn't sound right, right? And look, that is like about $8,200, you know. And so I've been showing this idea for a long, way before this even happened. I was showing this. I was showing this too, just like I'm showing you right now. I'm like a pitcher that can show you how to pitch many different pitches, not just one type of pitch. When you come to me, you get the whole shebang. And look at that. I mean, that's also about a $94,000, $8,000 Bitcoin. So to me, and that's not even the worst case scenario, okay? What if we get to this level? We hit 12,000. We're going to hit 12,000 if we fall, because that's our next big zone. We're hit that 14K area, then 12,000. Then we can fall back down to this next strong liquidity zone right here at 9,959. Again, if you look at the point of control, it's 3,800. Do we head all the way back to the point of control? That's where there's so many buys and sell orders there. Look at that. But do we go back to 329? No. You know what I mean? So just because it's a point of control, don't worry. I don't stress it too much, especially on the weekly time frame. And it's looking at that liquidity down there. At that point, that's where the most buys and sells are. We don't really need to see that anymore, though. It's not as relevant to us. But could we go down to this area here at 10,000? We could. Very, very, very high likely probability of doing that. Let's take a look at this pattern now. And so I'm just showing you your worst case scenarios for Bitcoin. I mean, you broke down for sure. This is a breakdown. The bulls must get back inside this pattern. Now, here's the crazy thing. Say we are going to pump to the upside. Like I said before, they would shred you down, get everyone to short the market, come back up, and then they would pump us up. They would not just pump us to the upside. So this would be a beautiful bear trap right now to keep people trapped in the market, okay? The daily's oversold. The 22 hours oversold. Likely, you know. So in my mind, Bitcoin has to get back inside this pattern to remain bullish. If you think Bitcoin has a chance of doing anything big, it's got to get back above this point of control. You got to see it back above 19K. And that's kind of a tall order for it at this moment. It can't just rip up to that area. The 22-hour and the daily want to give you some legs, but look, 3-day chart still has move to come down. 4-day chart just getting started. 5-day chart's just getting started for a dump. 8-day chart's just getting started. The 10-day chart has a bearish engulfing candle and wants to dump on your face. So worst case scenario now is this 10-day does play out. Sorry, there was a reset button there. Look, you're about to get a pre-death cross with a 50 crossing the 80 right there. Something that you got to heed. I'm going to look at this, just the base of this triangle if we break down, which we already did. I mean, that brings you to about, 10,090, somewhere between $19,800 and $10,000 and $11,000. So we definitely can go lower. High likelihood that we do. It's not going to be fun. We're going to take a hit. My net worth is going to take a massive hit. I own lots of Bitcoin. About 60 to 70% of my entire net worth is in crypto, and 60% of that is in Bitcoin. And I'm okay. I'm going to manage through for the next 4 to 5 years. I don't have to be the richest guy in the world. I just have to have what I need to survive. I just got to get by and keep stashing my Satoshis. That's how I made it through the bear market last time. That's how I'm going to make it through the bear market this time. And it's going to be hard. This is going to be hard. I'm telling you right now, they're going to flush out all the weak hands. You know how many people would not come out right now and live stream about cryptocurrency? absurd, right? Most people would just be like, no, I'm not handling it. And again, like Toby said, when the market gets crazy, I got my BTC pairs ready to go. So let's look at the BTC pairs. Let's get calm and let's just do what we do. XCN has been ripping against Bitcoin. Everyone has been seeing that, and it's been amazing. Let's take a look at what it's about to do. That 10-day chart actually is oversold. I mean, it's pretty cool. XCN, right? So this on the daily, a little spent now. Funny, it doesn't have it's a new one, KuCoin. Look at on the 22. Does it have 22 action? The daily. So it got a little spent already. Kind of already made its move. But it's in a falling wedge. Sorry, I didn't mean to hit that twice. Which breaks up 68% of the time. You know, we may come back down to this point of control one last time at quadruple fives 1883 before we get all the way up here to about triple five 7327. But this is interesting, and this could make you some gains on the BTC. We're also going to look at ETHBTC. We're going to look at the world markets. We're going to take a look at everything we can. But wow, I mean, if you're not feeling it, it's just nuts. To be in crypto the last few days has been insane. People laughing about his 19K Bitcoin seem to forget the only reason everything is down is because of FTX. If that didn't happen, I'm pretty sure Bitcoin would be 20K plus. Idiots. I don't mind, man. People can laugh about me all the time. I got to buy a Bitcoin at 19,000. To me, that BB in the house, really? Where's BB? Is BB really in the house? Did she walk by or something? Sam, that's exactly what I was planning before I met you, Lifer friend. He addressed it. He knows he's down and will DCA lower. Yeah, I'm not worried about it. Mr. Lifer, what happened to your Bitcoin at 19K? You're down. Selling USD for crypto is the move. Get rid of your fiat before it's worthless. That's what I did. Honestly, Bitcoin going down to 14K on the weekend. Anything could happen. Low liquidity tonight for sure. Blood diamond on the 3-hour BTC. Hold your crypto in a decentralized wallet. Ship to 1 penny. Oh, wait. It was never going to come close to half a penny. That's right. We'll make money shorting it. Wow. Library and LBC lost to the SEC. Thoughts? Well, you know what? They didn't use the proper argument, in my humble opinion. XRP is using a completely different argument than Library is using, and that actually gives hope to XRP. You know what I mean? MVP, BTC, Ruby has been ripping against Bitcoin for whatever reason, but that was just one day. Digibyte, MLK, Loom. I want to look at ETHBTC. It's going to give me some insight into the market. Jeremy Brand shows up for the super chat. Jeremy, Sam, thanks for all the coaching in the group this week. Can you share thoughts on your DCA strategy in the bear market? Bitcoin and large projects only or smaller, well-researched projects too? Honestly, I found when Phantom came out and I found 100x, when SafeMoon came out, the market rips first, and then you start seeing these rips. First thing we have to see is Bitcoin recover. I like to DCA into Bitcoin, Matic, XRP. I also have huge bags of all these things that I bought way lower than all the prices now. So I'm just not really, I'm not really that excited about these prices. I bought even lower. Not to be rude, but I did. Cardano with 2 cents, EGLD around below 20, Bitcoin, right, 3,000, 1,500. So until we get there, I'm still up. So I don't mean to be pompous. I'm just being honest, I got in dang early, thank God. You know what I mean? If you weren't as early as me, then yes, this will stress you the heck out. You'll be out of your mind. But again, 5 years from now, people are going to be freaking out in the bear market of 2026, and you're going to be sitting pretty. So just remember where you are now. Take a deep breath, and you're going to get yourself where you need to be. So we talked about this breaking to the upside. It did, and then it bounced off this bottom trend line. It still is in this inverted head and shoulders, so to speak, and it could break to the upside. But so far, ETHBTC kind of dwindling. Gave back all the gains that it made. But look at that daily, about to rip to the upside still. So ETH is holding strong on this point of control against Bitcoin. Looks like ETH may stay flat when Bitcoin takes that tumble. And that's interesting. ETH is more deflationary. ETH is a smaller supply technically because more people are staking it. And it's just not around as much. So it gives a little more scarcity to ETH. ETH also with the fees and what it can do and the fact that it's going to have NFT staking and all this other stuff. So it gives a little more strength to Ethereum. However, we break this line, we're going to dump to the downside as well with everything else. But ETHBTC is holding, which is an interesting idea. And let's take a look at ETH too as well. I got so much stuff to do. Worst case scenario for Bitcoin, we went over that, right? Which was about, like, to me, about 7,800. You didn't buy Bitcoin at 19,000. You sold the top of the dollar. That's what I felt like I did. And that's why I try to tell everybody too, like, I'm not really worried about the price of Bitcoin. I'm worried about owning as many Bitcoins as possible. See, my mind is not where your mind is at. Once you get where I'm at, you're going to be a Satoshi stacker. It's only going to be about Satoshis every single day. Satoshi, 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 Satoshi. All right. So look, this is where we stand on the 1 hour time frame. And I told you that 7-minute did not look good. Like, it's about to roll over. Look at that. It's a descending triangle almost, like, but I call it a symmetrical. That's about to dump. I've seen it many times in my life, just the way you're just hill, hill, hill. I see a dump to the downside coming right now as we speak. A short Meister to 16,000 is a measured move. Watching the 7-minute. What happens to the CZBO? I know what that means. Moment of silence for 1111, I guess. That's my mindset also. It's not the money, it's the sats. Exactly. The craziness over last week has had ETH gas really high. So much being burnt. So yeah, the total ETH supply is now lower than when the merge went through deflationary ETH. Bullish. See what he's saying? I just can't believe Bitcoin is dumping with the dollar. Me neither, man. We waited so long for it. It was the thing we needed the most. Then we get it, and there's a black swan event. And, sometimes I wonder if this was all devised to try to hurt us, but they don't realize how strong we are. I don't think they realize the conviction. Sounds like SBF is a poll guy, too. Man, you guys are crazy. Looks... Oh, my gosh. Flip the stool upside down over there. You didn't buy Bitcoin tonight? Yeah. Is it better going against the wave, but the trend has held the world's ending? LOL. Right? I bought ADA at 7 cents, never sold it to highs. Can you share your thoughts what you think ADA will be in November 2024? I mean, I think we'll be at least above 250, down to $3, but anything is possible. I believe Cardano will make it in the long run. You're not going to see that dude jump into all this crazy stuff that they're doing. Super smart, educated, responsible individual is my man, Charles Hoskinson. So that's why I hold coins that matter. It's not all about making gains overnight. It's about having a good life and honing something that's going to stay, Let's take a look at US Tether, and we'll look at Tether dominance. I like what you just said. I agree. Well, honestly, normally they work together. Today we're seeing a bit of a hedge against them both, right? So yeah, look at that. I mean, this is about to rip on the 7-minute. So this rips on the 7-minute, Bitcoin dumps, and you can see the correlation move here. So I'm predicting a short for Bitcoin as we speak. I'm predicting a short for Bitcoin as we speak to the downside right now. Like, right now. 7-minute. Really good time frame to enter a short. If you've looked at all the other time frames and made your assessment. I work tirelessly to keep you up to date on what's happening. And look, there's the short right there. Looks like we'll at least double bottom at 16,355. Sam, I think we should not overlook strong bullish on the 2-week chart. And the stock market is massively compared to crypto. Can't the stocks bring up crypto? I've been talking about this many times. I'm talking about the monthly ready to rock. Talking about the 2-week chart pushing up hard. I've gone over this many times, and I agree with you. Also, let's jump into ES1, which is the S&P futures, which, dude, they're at a huge, they've been doing great. And all my predictions for the S&P, the S&P and Bitcoin were correlated. And so when I would make my predictions for the S&P, then the same things would happen to Bitcoin. This is the first time we're seeing such massive FUD. Massive FUD. So look, the S&P had to get above all these zones, and it did. I can't believe it. It got above the point of control. It's doing its thing now. And even look, I mean, the 30-minute chart wants to rip. 1 hour chart's about to pump. So S&P is bullish in a bit of a flag here. And this is telling me that the dollar index has bottomed. I mean, has topped. I don't, which is a really, really good sign for inflation. Okay? And inflation could kind of wane off a little bit. CPI data was somewhat better than it could have been, right? It was okay. Sam Ramu, I like your thinking. It's on my page. Weekly bullish divergence negated. That was talked about for weeks. Let's go over it. It's not really negated. Let's go over it on the weekly here. It's actually stronger than it was now, which is, I know you're like, no. I'm like, it kind of is. Let's take a look here. Hold on, I'm about to say, what chart is that? So look, you got this. Nah, I guess you're right. I mean, now that's hold up. What chart is this? KuCoin chart? Technically, it's somewhat negated. It is negated now because we fell to the downside. Now, to me, that's why I believe it was a black swan event. I mean, we had never seen weekly divergence in so long. To me, it was like how could you not take advantage of that? Technically, it's still somewhat a divergence because this is a swing down. And let's double click on this. Man, they're both a swing down. The swing down is not as sharp. It's like a slight, but it's just almost too slight. But it's still a slight divergence. Also, the monthly, which I've gone over many times, right? The monthly, see, I was looking at the wrong asset. I'm so sorry. I knew something was going on. I'm like, that's not right. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong asset. Please forgive me. I am not perfect. We go look at the weekly here. There we go. I was about to say, it don't make no sense. So look, I mean, you still technically got the swing down and swing down. And this is a swing up. It's still technically bullish divergence on the weekly, in my humble opinion. It is, because that's a swing down and that's swinging up. It still is technically bullish divergence. So there's a chance that this still is the area of the bottom. Like, this is the last capitulation area. Maybe we wick one more time to this area here, 13,000. But there's a chance this is still the bottom. I'm telling you right now. And despite all this fear, they're just trying to get people to. This could be a major fear, a whole fear campaign. You have to remember, there's people already trying to get you to sell your Bitcoin from the jump, right? And they're using everything they can to get you to sell that Bitcoin. That's what they're doing. Okay? So, another 100 subs, 37,500 subs and climbing. Thank you for the subscribing. If you haven't clicked the subscriber button, please click it and help the lifer and your lifer community. The bullish divvy is not negated. It's not negated, in my humble opinion. It has not been negated yet. No. Yeah, I was looking at the 3S token accidentally. So it is not negated yet. It just isn't. Okay? And I'll be honest, even though I like this short, I'm getting mixed signals by the DXY and the S&P. S&P is about to pump. And today's one of those days where, like, honestly, I'd be careful. Like, I wouldn't jump into the market. I would DCA into BTC. That's what I do right now. I buy more Bitcoin on the lows and the heavy fear. That's what I do. And then I trade the BTC pairs. And I keep USDT on the side too, and I trade US Tether if I feel the need. But I'm a Satoshi stacking mofo. And you're going to get there too. First, you're going to start trading. You're going to make some money. And you get some money. You're going to buy some Bitcoin. And you're going to realize what's going on. And then once you finally come to, what's happening in the market, you're going to be like, all right, I get it. Let me break down what I believe was happening with Sam Bankman-Fried real quick. All right. I got it. So I did a bunch of work last night. I was up all night. All right. You could tell. And I was reading tweet after tweet and figuring out what was happening. All right. Man, if they try to short Tether too hard, too, this can be the biggest bear trap in history. Man, FTX timing is so bad for the market. This is so sad. But this too shall pass. Yeah, this too shall pass. Legendary Sniper, I like what you said. I'm doing that this past week, just buying DCA. Yeah. Hodl your sats, baby. Hodl your sats. We're looking for a few scalps here and there, but I'm not risking my capital for crazy liquidations on a short market. You know what I mean? You have to remember there's less liquidity now, and everyone's liquidating. And then you have a lot of people who are emotional. And when people get emotional, they do silly things. So more and more people are just doing really, really idiotic things now. So this is when you calm down. This is when you take a break. This is when you meditate. This is when you relax and kind of realize what you have in your life. Okay? Like, for instance, every time I see these big, crazy things that happen, I take a deep breath and I look at my child and I say, man, she's only going to be 1.5 to 2 years for so long. And babies are so fun to enjoy, like the way they walk around the world, what they do. Yeah, compound interest is the 8th wonder of the world. He who understands it earns it. He who doesn't pays it. Yep, I say that all the time. I said that on my live stream many, many times. In my opinion, the best time to buy is when everyone else is too scared. to buy. Should buy a whole Bitcoin again. You know what I mean? I got it. FTX was a Ponzi for Alameda. He needed a front and a way to get mass deposits. He would then use customer funds to short assets he felt were competitors. He would then place Alameda customers in the shorts and pay back the loss with the fee. You know what I mean? The fee on the short, because he had so much money that he would make money on the fees with FTX, right? He was using FTX as a front to launder customers' money into shorting his competitors and then reap the rewards on both ends. Greed is so whack. Gary may have been helping him create loopholes to get around the regulations. This is why the XRP case was taking so long. Gary may have been double dipping here. I see a GG resignation coming soon or jail time, no lie. Now, I hope maybe he's so high up he will slip through. But I'm telling you right now, and this is who this administration decided was good to put in. I'm just saying, so this hurt us too. These are my ideas, but here is more. In a moment of foreshadowing, Sam tells David Rubenstein about Alameda's early days. We were cobbling together credit agreements. It must be wildly frustrating to have a winning strategy but no capital to deploy. FTX was invented to solve that issue. Oh my God. At the same time, FTT had remarkably low circulating liquidity relative to Alameda and FTX holdings. In other words, even if Alameda wanted to sell the $5.8 billion worth of FTT it had, there wouldn't be enough buyers. Alameda's holdings represented 2 to 3x FTT's circulating supply. It was a false, it was money that could never really be realized as real money. You get it? It was a balance sheet that really could never have been turned into money. It was false. Look, here he describes his actual scheme. He describes it right here, and you can watch this video where he talks about what he's doing. Or he proposes the idea that could be, Here's how it works. FTA creates FTT. Alameda buys or pre-mines the FTT at a super low price, okay? FTX pumps FTT. So you see what I'm saying? They create FTT. Alameda buys it or pre-mines a bunch of it. They pump the price up, and then they say, look, Alameda's worth this much because FTT is worth this much. But they can't sell the FTT that Alameda has, so the money doesn't exist. It's not real, but they use it to gain loans, to acquire other companies. So they're sitting on billions of dollars that never existed, and they're using it on a balance sheet to gain more loans to buy more companies. Oh my God, are you seeing what they did? I'm explaining it to you right now in a very simple way because a lot of people were making it so hard to understand. So look, both entities show the auditors they have legitimate credit agreements and claim a genuine arm's length relationship. That's how the circular piggy bank facilitates the transfer of customer funds out of FTX and into Alameda's prop trading business, all while looking legit. See? So how does this all break? Well, the low float and constant buy pressure from FTX means the only thing that could make FTX go down if there was some huge exogenous FTT sale, right? Because if you were to sell it, because he can't, the buy doesn't happen. So the price would have to go down to facilitate the sale because it's not real. Dude spent all of the customers' funds on lavish, rich people, creepy love parties, man. I like how you said that in a very kid-friendly way, man. Lavish, rich people, creepy love parties. I love you, bro. Shout out to Sin City Crypto in the game. And when I'm done here, you're going to head on over to Sin City Crypto, right? You're going over there at 1:30 Eastern time, which is going to be 10:30 Pacific time, because they're going to make it fun, interesting, and they're going to have so much to say. So I hope you go over there and have some fun with them. And take a deep breath, too. Relax. Get entertained. Have a good time. Hey, Sam, I just want to thank you for everything. God bless you. If you have a super chat, I will, but I just got liquidated. I start over again with 5K. Hey, man, keep going, BTC. Without the FTX BS, we would all be up 10 to 20%. I totally agree. Yep. But you know what? God will prevail in the end. Come join us too, Lifer. I would love to, man, but I'm here with my family. And if I do spend another 2 hours on my computer, my wife will bug out. And I'm already going to spend another 7-8 hours on my computer today. So I'd love to jump in on with you guys, but I some days you got to give it to your family. You got to give it, and so my family needs me, man. They want me, and I want them to, man. I miss my kids so much. My wife, let's go. There's a beautiful beach outside waiting for me. It's a gorgeous day. It's Friday, baby. It's Friday. I'm going to have my iPad with me. I'm going to go over Bitcoin all the time. Do not worry. The kids are ready. Look at Crypto Lifer already getting me going. And honestly, here's a day where I should bow out to Ben. Ben comes on at 11:30, and you know what I mean? So another thing I wanted to do was to bow out to Ben, let Ben take over here. We are a family. So I start at 10, I go to 11:30, 12, but and then the other shows start. Do your thing, Lifer. Happy Friday. Have a great weekend and stay blessed. If he's on, I'm watching. Been this way for 3 years. Love you, man. No iPad, no phone, or it will be in the ocean. You're funny. Tell him, wifer. She's going to actually say that I can't look at the market, but everyone needs me. And so she's like, but I need you, Sam. I need you. Yep, tell the fam what up. Enjoy Florida, fam. Shout out to Claudio, man. Shout out to Cloud. We love you, brother. You're my man, Cloud, man. You're the man, dude. Hope's everything well with you and your kid, and you're doing all right. I'm in Sin City now. Shout out to Kevin Law in Sin City. Shout out to everybody here. Everyone, roll call. Where are you from in the world? Watch this. Lifer can do a motivational speech for Standing Warrior. Today, you are looking off. Man, don't worry. We are with you. Today. Feels like Ben has been in London for 10 years. You're funny, yeah. Welcome to Florida, Sam. Have a great weekend. Thank you, Josso8484, baby. Your Bitcoin resistance for the day. Peace, love, Sam. Enjoy sunny Florida. Sin City are also the best. Follow them, y'all. They are, man. They hooked me up. They helped me out when I was down and out, man. In front of everybody, in front of the whole world. So where's everybody from? Kuwait, Miami, Albania, Indiana, Colombia, Tampa, Chicago, Huntington Beach, San Antonio, Pakistan. Let's go have some fish tacos. Bricktown, Jersey. Just moved to Denver, Kansas City, Italy, America, Denver, Germany, Iowa. My mom's car. Much love from Dubai, Lagos, Morocco, Michigan, New York. Happy Veterans Day, the Maldives, Philippines, Paris, Los Angeles, Australia, Paraguay, Jupiter, Oregon, India, Norfolk, Jersey, Norway, Holland, UK, Raleigh, Vela Cruz, North Carolina, El Paso, St. Augusta, and Islamabad, Egyptian AZ, Bangladesh, London, Baytown, Fort Lauderdale Beach, 15 minutes away from you. Why don't we chill in Springfield, Florida, California, Ireland, Lifer, basement. Oh, God, get out of the basement. Pennsylvania, Colorado, Dirty Jersey, baby, Brazil, Wisconsin, Sam Fried's house. Oh, wow, you probably have an eggplant somewhere. Oh, my God. Singapore, he sits on the stool upside down. South Carolina, Slovenia, Romania, Madison, Lifer, back garden near the ocean. Ooh. Quad Cities, you're funny, man. Wisconsin, I'm in your basement. Jesus, get out of the basement. Fort Lauderdale, Wisconsin, Philippines, Eastern world is here, baby. The world is here. From around the world, Egypt, look behind you. Puerto Rico, FTX, Hong Kong. Oh, you're hilarious. In the doorway behind you, yikes. And I still look, you never know. Sam the GOAT, the legend, my man. Lifer Vision trading course, 3 p.m. every Tuesday and 9 a.m. the last Saturday of every month. Learn the language of the charts, 2 hours that are life-changing. Email cryptolifers@gmail.com. If you got rocked this last week, if you lost tons of money and you realize it's time to get situated, we're here for you. We're here for you, okay? So look, I'm not done yet though. So how does this all break? Well, the low float and the constant buy pressure from FTX means the only thing that could make FTX go down is with some huge exogenous FTT sale. And this is where CZ comes in. Wait for it. 2 days ago, Changpeng Zhao, CEO of Binance, announced he was selling all of the TET holdings. Why? Because Ben sent him an email and got to a contact of him and showed him proof of what was happening at Alameda and FTX. Ben saved this entire industry. This could have kept going. It would have gotten even worse, and he would have gotten deeper into the trenches, and he could have single-handedly collapsed all of crypto. Thank God he only collapsed almost all of crypto. Jesus. But you have to give BitBoy his credit here. I don't care what you want to say. I don't care who you are. Your butt got saved. My butt got saved. We all got saved so far. Okay? So when CZ learned this, boom. So I believe Ben met with CZ or got a message from him, and once they figured it out, CZ just needed to unload the FTT, and boom, the hole was open. This is where it gets hilarious. Caroline from Alameda then offered to purchase FTT OTC for 20 to reduce the price point. A strange move to telegraph a price level, given she could have bought it at a lower price. Right? Weird, right? November 8th, to which CZ declined. A strange move, given he could have sold it higher. Why wouldn't he want to make a profit? At $22 would have been great. Ocean's Razor would say the goal was therefore to sink FTT's price, and sink it did. Love it. He said F off. It's perhaps clear now why Sam was so intent on bailing out failed crypto lenders over the summer. They needed to defend the solvency of their own banks. At the time, FTX had more than enough liquidity to do so. Wow. Now you are a pro at the details of the scandal, and boom, you are welcome. Arrested in Bahamas, Patriots in control. I don't know if that's true, man. I just think that's funny. You know what I mean? I readjusted the trend line, and then boom, boom, boom. This was funny, too. This guy mentions jail time to him, and he just disappears off the chat. This is crazy. Watch this. Watch this. This is nuts. Watch this. This is hilarious. I'm in my, I was like, where am I? I'm in my Discord. This is too classic.
Jail's not that bad. It sucks, but it's not the worst thing ever. So don't fret if that. I hope it doesn't happen. But if it does happen, it's not that bad.
Good to know.
Look, he just goes
Sam?
black. He just goes black.
Sam.
That's crazy, right? This week I'll be teaching a free class in wallet safety. I'll reach out to my team to coordinate. It must be done for the people. And so, obviously next week, but, I'm going to be doing a free class on wallet safety. Whoever wants to join that class, come on in. I'm going to give my time for free. Spend an hour, hour and a half, whatever it takes, 45 minutes. And then we're just going to talk about sending funds. Maybe I'll send some funds as an example. And I'll talk about how to take precautions, how to open up a hardware wallet. Too many people know how to open up an exchange. They don't know how to open up a hardware wallet. Shout out to the testimonials. Wow, man. Wow. This dude, Lifer, it's been real meeting you and sharing all the ideas with you. I can't stress how important it is to help a brother and a sister in need and just to pay it forward once in a while. Karma is no joke, and it really does make you feel good when you feel like you've changed someone's day for the better. In fact, it makes you you trade better. You have inspired me in my journey, Sam, and Rainier, Illuminated, Zeno, etc., and everyone. Just thank you for accepting me, even though I was probably such a different trader than you were all learning to be. No, I thought you were spot on. You did divergences. You did your wedges. I thought you were spot on. You know me from what my charts look like. Yours are black, mine are white. LOL. For anyone reading this, if you have been let down in your trading career because other groups you joined were greedy or fake or whatever, I'm just a regular Joe Schmo with a dream of financial freedom, period. Even if I never reach that goal, this group of traders has honestly made me a better person and a better trader. It's a family of traders unlike anything to the other 10 to 15 groups that I'm a part of. Sam does care. It's not an act. He's a regular guy with love for the charts and trading and just loves people. You think the live stream is amazing, I'm sure. It's cool until you join the 99 and the live stream will be fun and the 99 means learning and business. I'm stepping away from all of you because the next step of my journey is beginning. I'm ready to bang on them for real now. And I'm ordered to do that. I need some focus and discipline on my charts and my trades with no emotions or anyone else's charts, no offense. I just need what I need. See my message. For everyone who thinks my testimony is an advertisement because you are used to being played, I'm going to show you that family takes care of life or family. Lakochi Coker, I'll be sending Sam an investment for you to buy yourself a laptop and get on with you soon to be successful journey in this trading career you have in front of you. He just sent me $500 so this guy in my trading group can get a laptop. So someone just got a $500 laptop. Lakochi, we're going to send you that $500. Make sure we do it right away, babe. If you can, get Lakochi. My team will take care of it. But, dude, this dude was in my trading group. He joined for a year. He turned a small amount of money into a lot. He stayed focused. And then he's giving $500 to someone else in my trading group so they can get their laptop and they can get started. I see the dedication, and man, you're going to shine. My gains are your gains, and I pay it forward to the Lifer family. Bear market, bull market, any market, it doesn't matter. We get it done and reap the rewards of hard work, proper learning with dedication in the 99. All love, always, and always. Head on a swivel, continue to get that money. Love you all. Attitude is a choice, so make it a good day. Simone out. Dude, Andrew Simone, man. May God bless you and yours. You are a beautiful person. You have left your mark on this world. You have left a legacy. You are a person who has left a legacy. May God bless you and yours, man. And he put this in the testimonials. Like, Lakoki, we took care of you, man. You showed up. We took care of you. People get taken care of in my trading group. It's not, I've never seen anything like this. I've never seen anything. I've never been in a trading group where the person sends $500 and he knows that I'm going to do the right thing with it. Like, he trusts that that's going to get to the right person. He knows. No BS. I mean, we're holding the 7-minute didn't dump, and we held. 7-minute did not dump, and we held inside of the pattern. What a sketchy day to be alive. This is crazy. So here we go. Let me break down exactly what I'm seeing. It's not easy today. What I would like is for Bitcoin to break back inside. You can almost say it's still, you know what? Look at that. Would you look at that? Look at this. No real bullish divergence, though, but we fell out. We broke back inside. We're in this channel. That's a falling wedge that breaks up 68% of the time. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying it's guaranteed, but do I short or long today? Like, I honestly, man, I'm like, normally I have the answer. I'm like, boom, you know. Honestly, I have to say, based on how the 7-minute fought hard right now, and based on this falling wedge, I'm predicting at least a quick rally back to the upside here for Bitcoin. somewhere into this area. We may get rejected and fall to the downside, but if we get above the point of control, then we can flag out, and then another rally could ensue. We could get to the measured move at 19,000. It could happen, all right? So there's a 68% chance that we could break out based on this idea, or we could just come up, make an M pattern, and dump to the downside. I see a little bit of a move back up, nothing crazy. Yeah, even the 15-minute, though, I mean, I got mixed signals, everyone. I got mixed signals, you know. I really do. Nothing that's telling me exact. So when I see mixed signals like this, it's like you look at what you would do. And so you don't have to trade inside this pattern at all. You fall out. You see the price action fall out, try to get back in. You open a short with a stop loss like somewhere up here. If it falls back up and tries to get back out, you can open a long here with a stop loss back inside the pattern possibly. So, and you can wait. Aggressive entry is right now to try to get a move to the upside, but constantly, like I said, low liquidity on a Friday. I don't like Friday trading as much. It's not the best day to trade. And so right now I'm watching this falling wedge for Bitcoin. It's got to make it back to the upside and get rejected by about 17,349. That's what we're looking at. All right. Everybody, I'm going to jump on out of here. I know people want to hear what Ben has to say. He's in the mix right now. I believe he will be jumping on his live. Maybe not, though. Maybe it will be DZ and the team. Regardless, we're a family. I want to spread that love. So shorts are caking off right now, though. The Matic short. But you're in indecision. It's interesting. Tether even kind of, you know, look, on the 7, it's a little overbought. The 1 hour, it's very overbought at a resistance point. The 4 hour is just getting started. So here's the deal. All you can do is keep this flag going. If this flag stays in, continue the short to the upside. So that's what I would do. Flag out this 1 hour time frame. If this 1 hour resets to the downside and we stay inside that flag, I'm shorting the market continuously. Okay? So if this resets and we stay sideways, you don't see a nasty dump back down, it's going to be a really good indication that it's going to be time to short the market. So I'm going to put alerts here. I'm going to put alerts here. And when these alerts hit, I'm going to re-update my trading group. Okay? And I'm going to possibly put out a short to the upside. It's going to be a short on the 4 hour time frame, right? And that's what we're looking at. So if I had to do anything, I'd be short. Let's take a look at the super chats. So much more to go over than just super chats today, so I apologize for that. That was such love, right? FTX failure to oversee the stonk tokens like RH took about a year for the books to zero out. Super chats, JSMY, YFI, Phantom, Mask, Bitcoin Network, hash rate, chart. I'd long here on this dip. I mean, I am longing. I had to make it really clear. I bought 16,000 Bitcoin, 16,005. I bought a bunch of Bitcoins on the lows. So I think I got a long open right now. Let me find it. Everyone wants my P&L. Honestly, if my P&L was huge, would it change your life? If my P&L was down, would it change your life? If I made $10 million last year of trading, if I lost $1 million trading, what would it do for you? I'm being honest. Like, if I don't buy the buy button for you, then my P&L really doesn't change your life. You know what I mean? My probabilities, and when I talk about on the live stream, are more important than my monies. You know, that's why I tell everyone, like, who cares? I could die tomorrow, and would my money really have anything to do with your money? No. Doesn't matter. Hold on. I got to do a two-factor. Because I ordered some Bitcoin on the lows, on the absolute low. Did it not keep it? So weird. Or maybe because I made them in June of last year and they hit. That's why. So they're like positioned differently. I'm just trying to find them. I have hundreds of trades. Hundreds. So here's one right here. Not a lot. $1,600 for Bitcoin right here. But you can see I have all these orders placed. So here you go. So I'm starting to unload. And I'm showing you how I'm going to unload. I'm going to paste it to my trading group right now. The love I created is real, you know, in the trading group. It's as real as the wins, man. The love is like, people don't get enough love in this world, man. When they come to my group and they get love, some people, they get more love than they've ever received in their life in my trading group. You know what I mean? Than they've ever received in their life, you know? And they've never experienced the kindness that comes out of our hearts in my trading group. So, and people who are successful, they make money. You see the money flows in here. It's a bearish day, right? People giving $500 away. So, and so look, you can see this 2,300 buy at 17,005, right? Down $111. No worries. You can see this 1,600 buy at 16,580, right? And that's up $14. Not a big deal. I got another buy at 12,005. I got another buy at 10,000, and I got another buy sitting down at $7,000. So I'm not that guy that shows $7,000 and you know. And I got, dude, I don't even worry about, I just keep buying Bitcoin, like, in mass, you know? I end up with 100 Bitcoins, then what? Like, I'll end up becoming a little Bitcoin whale over here. And that's the plan, all right? So I DCA into BTC right now while everyone's freaking out. I use the fear to gain an edge, okay? So look at this, man. My man called it out. Financial forecast for projection in a nutshell. Projections outline financial outcomes based on what might possibly happen, whereas forecast describes financial outcomes based on what you expect actually will happen, given current conditions, plans, and intentions. It's funny. Someone just sent me something about Presto. I don't know what you're saying, you know. Anyway, I got to get out of here for the day. Give you on back to the rest of the internet. And so look, watching the short in this flag, if the short plays out, if this flag plays out on the 1 hour time frame with my alert system, then we're going to short the 4 hour. If it doesn't, then we're going to sit on our hands and continue to buy Bitcoin, and we're going to look for a bottom. All right. I keep forgetting that we have more super chats to get after. That's what's kind of holding me down. Guys, I was at the end of myself before I met Sam about 3 months ago. Up 300% from your group in 4 months. Lunch is on me. Shout out to Little Dookie, my man. Appreciate you for coming on in, man. Are you here in Miami? Let's go. It's very hard for me because it's been crazy for me lately. I don't even know, man. Like, come on, man. We love you, bro. We love you, man. Accept the love, baby. Just know you've been good to me. And so when you've been good to me, God takes care of you, man. I'm one of God's soldiers. I've dedicated myself to God 100%. I know you might people look at me and be like, I've surrendered to God. I really have. I really, truly have. Like, I'm not perfect, but I can't be bought and sold. You can't send a woman to me and try to get me to, you know what I mean? I know I have a good wife. I'm loyal to my wife. I'm loyal to my family and friends, and I'm loyal to God. I'm not going to break my bond with God for any human being. Sam Bankman-Fried obviously did not have a pact with God, because if you had a pact with God, you would never treat his creations the way Sam Bankman-Fried did. And that's what it comes down to, integrity. My mother was a beautiful woman that taught me so much and that helped me so much in my life, you know? honestly, I feel like I'm just, yeah. It kind of was the measured move already. Interesting. He's got more integrity than anyone else I know. That's why I married him. Don't. Rising wedge, head and shoulders. She gonna fall. No one is buying, Sam. Bitcoin 20 right now. Now let's go. Thank you, Andrew. So don't take God's place and give opinions about any relationship. What? What a weirdo. All I'm saying is you got to treat people with respect because everyone was made by God. And when people don't do that, things, you know, negative things happen in this place. Muhammad, salam alaikum, my friend. Jarvis, you can pay with crypto. Email cryptolifers@gmail. They'll get you going. Yeah, everyone should buy since they aren't. Apparently, this isn't cheap enough. It's just funny, Mohammed, because what you did is you did exactly what you told me not to do. You know, you told me, like, it's just funny. You basically created an oxymoron live on the show. Lukoki is always in the learning TA, helping others. He's a gift to the Lifer fam. He is, and that's why we're gifting him back. What if they want to do great reset with crypto and get everybody wrecked? Hey, anything could possible, man. Anything is possible. But not, you know why that doesn't make sense? Because not everybody's in crypto. So they wouldn't get everybody wrecked. You know? I'm supposed to get off. I've been trying to get off for an hour now. The problem is they give me super chats that I forget. And then I realize they're there and I don't remember. And then I have to, because there's so much more than super chats today than. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Like we have like I'm breaking down conspiracy theories and, you know, like it's, you know, it's time. It's time. I see YFI headed to the downside, man. You're overbought in the daily time frame. If you can't get back above this zone, you're headed down lower. But it is tighter in the zone, and it's actually been in a pretty good trend. I see what you're saying for YFI. I'm just going to touch on it right now. Phantom and Mask, I mean, they're just going to continue to dump if Bitcoin dumps. Really? Like, I mean, Mask actually had a bounce back to the upside. Let's talk about it. And the daily looks really good. And it's at a Fibonacci level, too. So now you got me going. I mean, at bounce at the 706. Mask looks like he could do damage here to the upside. And remember, Mask had something big going on. Again, it's negating Bitcoin, but could Mask bump to the upside? It could. I got to reassess the situation, though. But Mask could bump to the upside on the daily. Daily looks pretty good for 167% gains. It did break out, technically, of this channel, but it's a very ugly channel. I mean, it's not perfect. Some could say we're actually still inside the channel, like so, which I feel. And you're overbought on the 4-hour time frame, so I'm expecting a bounce back off this point of control before anything happens. Okay, pull back on the 4-hour time frame for Mask. Bitcoin network hash rate. Isn't that the BTCSH? ST, that's what it is. And this is hash rate. I mean, that's collapsed to the downside. However, that's the lowest it's been in a while. Probably will bounce. 4-hour does have to clean up the mess, though. And the 4 hours overbought on every single time frame on every single thing in the world. Total market cap is what you want to also be looking at. Let's take a look at the total market cap. And here you got this swing down and swing down. But you still have the bullish divergence technically. And if we go to like the weekly or the weekly. And it's funny, you almost didn't have bullish divergence on total, but now you do. Now you have major bullish divergence on total. Telling you that we may get a bounce here. We may never go lower than 760 billion. This could be a bear trap. That's the problem right now. I'm in between. It looks like it's guaranteed to dump, and everyone's like, all right, but it could be a bear trap. I'm open-minded to anything that's possible. could say, no, we were in this wedge and we broke to the downside. We already broke it. And we're falling down now. The weekly is about to dump. There's no support here once we lose the zone. I mean, you're falling all the way down to $425 billion. So you don't have any support here. You have a little bit of a niches here, but your really next big boy support is right there with that candle in this area. So you lose this, and look, you lose this high volume node, you go all the way to the point of control, right, at 252, and that puts Bitcoin at about like $8,000, $9,000. So it's weird, man. The bigger time frames are really, really, really telling us to be careful. Look at the 10-day chart. About to get a, it had a barely MACD cross, but it's turning to the downside now. So total market cap does not look good at all either. So that's why I believe shorting the market seems to be the best case. So look, and I could be wrong, everybody. I'm not perfect. There's no way that I'm right every single time. I'm right a good amount of the time, but not every single time. If I was right every single time, then I wouldn't exist. There's no human being that's been right 100% of the time trading. If I did, everyone would follow every one of my calls, and then the whole world would trade one thing, and there would be no way to trade on the other side of it because we'd all know exactly what was going to happen because I'd be 100%. Everyone would follow my channel. Then everyone would start telling, hey, this guy's 100%. Everything he says happens. So everyone would follow me. No one would follow anybody else. And then we'd go to press the sell button, and nobody would be on the other end of the trade. So that's how a 100% trader actually doesn't work. I thought about it all the way to the end, where the whole world finds out he's the best. They all follow him. What happens if no one's following the other traders? There's no one to trade with. We're all on the same side of the trade, so you can't be 100%. It would never happen, so you can't expect me to be 100%. All I can do is put in my best effort every single day as best I can and go with all the times I've seen all this different price action in my life. So again, I got my alerts on the 1 hour. If this flag stays out, I'm going to short the market later on today, and that's the plan. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. JSMY, people keep asking about. I mean, it's in the tubes, man. Like, it's a tiny coin right now. It's a low cap gem on KuCoin, and you're worried about what's going to happen to it. I mean, sorry, you got an M pattern here. The 1 hour did dump. Just like Bitcoin, you were in this channel, you broke it. It's following Bitcoin to a T. You see, it's in that same kind of idea. It broke to the downside. You got a shoulder, a head, and a shoulder. You broke the neckline. You did break to the downside here. You're at support. Do you bounce back to the upside is the question. Do you do something like this? It's also a nasty M right there that wants to bounce it down. And I bet the 4 hours overbought. So, like, I don't see why this won't dump. So I'd be careful. I'd be very careful. 4 hour needs to come down on a lot of these coins. All right. And bang, that would take you down. So I'm looking to short the 4 hour time frame with a flag on the 1 minute, on the 1 hour. And I got alerts on the 1 hour. I'll keep you guys privy during that throughout the day. When my alerts hit, I'll post another chart. I'm looking to short the market later on today. It's 11:54, around 2 to 3 o'clock, maybe 4 at the latest. I'll keep you up to date on my trading group. Thank you for everyone being here. Thank you for the love. Thank you for coming on in. I appreciate each and every one of you for sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. I'll be back tomorrow at 8 p.m. Remember, this will be the longest gap. I get the weekend off. But what I do, I don't get it off, but I get the morning off. But what I do is I end up putting doing a morning update between like 6 and 8 in the morning. I'm going to do an update. We're going to post that to the trading group, and we're going to post that to the everywhere here. APT is good long-term despite this week's sentiments. Okay. Everybody, I love you all. Thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications so you can find out when I post my next video. Remember, if you came to the channel, you're already doing the right thing. And I just want to talk to you guys face-to-face. Thank you for everything you've given me. Thank you for the love. Thank you for being here. I'm going to continue to show you my trip too. I'm going to share it with you. You can see where I go, what I do, the jacuzzis I go in, the beaches I jump into, the water I swim in, and I'll take you with me. So take a deep breath. 2 years from now, we'll all be in another place. Time will pass. And honestly, I'll be 50 years old before I know it. I'm 39. So time was going by like this. My daughter was just born. She's already 8 years old. I don't know where the time went. Remind yourself that time, when you get all caught up in this moment, realize that it's just a moment. And this too shall pass. Like my man said, this too shall pass. Everybody, I love you with all my heart. Thank you for sticking with me. I really feel the community now that the market is taking a beat down. I feel who's with me. And I'm so happy and proud we formed the strongest community in the game. I love you all. Be safe. God will give you more if you continue to be grateful. I'm telling you, every morning I wake up with gratitude. Every night I go to sleep with gratitude. I wake up the next morning, literally when the morning begins, something happens in my life that gives me so much gratitude you would not believe it. I love you all. Be safe. Have a good day.